This morning I'm making a breakfast casserole, I suppose. It's similar to one of those Bob Evans ones with the bread and the sausage and stuff like that. I'm just doing a different twist on it. Of course, it's got to be a little bit different. This one is going to have bacon and chicken and eggs and spinach. So call it a quiche if you want. I don't think I've ever made a quiche, but if that's a quiche, then I'm making a quiche today. So I've started with bacon bits, the pre-cooked. I think they're Hormel brand. I buy them from Sam's Club. They show up on the door. It's pretty cool. Start with those in the bottom. I don't know how many, measuring wise, how much that is. I just try and space it out evenly so that you see this will be 6 pieces eventually. So you try and space it out like that. Sam's, you've seen me use this before. The Sam's Club chicken breast in a can. Rinse it out. You can get there's a little tiny bit of fat in there, but they pack it in salt water. Not super salty, but I just rinse that out with hot water in the sink. I put it in a bowl. It comes kind of like in chunks, so I put it in a bowl, break it up like that. We will spread that out over top of the bacon bits that are in there. I've already greased this pan. It's just one of those air layer cake pan things, like you do brownies or a 9x13 cake. It's a 9x13 pan. So put the chicken in. And again, just spread it around so it's evenly over the bottom of the pan. Like that. I've already put in the blender a dozen eggs, just regular old eggs. I will also add egg whites. I used 2 cartons. These are 16 ounces, so 32 ounces of egg whites also go in here. Gets really close to the top in this particular blender, so you make sure the lid is on tight. Don't want egg all over the kitchen. So lid goes on. This will be a hit if it does blow up on me, huh? I put it on. This is a KitchenAid model, so I turn it on, then I set it to pulse, and we're going to use the lowest one, which is stir. Stir it around for a couple of seconds like that. Not even going to try and walk it over and show up close. So then we're going to pour over the sink. Into the casserole dish, or into the baking dish. I poured a little quick. I messed up some of my chicken and bacon bits, but that's all right. It'll be fine. And we're going to sprinkle a little bit of onion powder and garlic powder over that. And last but not least, some spinach. This is just frozen chopped spinach from Aldi. And this doesn't have to be the order that you put stuff in. If you want your spinach on the bottom, put it on the bottom. I normally just put it on the top because from what I found from doing this a couple of times, it always ends up on the top anyways. Spinach tends to float. And again, I mean, the measurements for this is to your liking. I don't put salt and pepper on most of my food while I'm cooking it. I'll do pepper, but salt I pretty much do after the fact. I find I use less salt that way. For me, my taste buds, the salt ends up I guess, getting lost in the food, and I end up putting more salt on it in the end anyway. So I just put salt. I use this pink sea salt stuff. I put that on at the end. So the oven's already preheated. This is a convection oven. Most of my appliances in here are vintage. You hear Satan running in the background. That's what I call my dishwasher. You should hear some of the noises he makes. This oven's a convection oven. I set it to 330 degrees, which is really 350 degrees. In this oven, I have a thermometer in there to check. And I do use the convection for this, which is a fan, in case you don't know. It's just a fan that blows the air around in the oven. So I pop it in there I'll set the timer for half an hour. For 30 minutes, I'll come out and check it. I guarantee you it's not going to be done, but we'll check back in a half an hour and see where we are. Okay, so we'll put this in the oven. And we'll see you in a half an hour. As promised, we're back in half an hour. Let's see where we are. Gonna get these on the right hands. Welding gloves, that's my secret to not burning myself. Wow, almost not burning myself. It smells good, and like I said, it's not done. You see it's a little jiggly in the middle. So we will put it in, or put it back in. Probably another half an hour, so 60 minutes, an hour total. So we'll set the timer for 30 more minutes. And we'll see you back then. Sorry. Should be done. Let's look. A little behind the scenes action there. I'm a terrible dancer. I normally don't dance at all. I'm German. We're not known for dancing. It looks done. That is done. So I set it on a wire cooling rack, 15-20 minutes, let it cool off a little bit. Cut it 6 slices, down the middle this way, then 2 more through it. Total is 6. So that gives me 1 for each day of the week, and I will eat 1 momentarily. So 15-20 minutes to cool, and we'll check it out when I slice it. All right, so cooling time is up. Yeah, no dancing that time. I was just putting a little bit more of an edge on this knife. It's kind of hard to explain. You want a sharp knife that cuts through the product, but you don't want to cut into the pan. It's not a non-stick pan. As I told you earlier, I sprayed it with that non-stick spray stuff, but you just don't want to go carving into the metal part of the pan. So you kind of want to use a little bit of a light pressure, but the blade needs to be sharp to cut through. So 6 pieces, we're going to cut it in half lengthwise this way. This is the hardest part of the whole dish for me, is actually getting it quasi-evenly spaced. So maybe a little initial cuts here and here, and that'll be good. So we cut this way, and this way, flip it around. It's still hot. I mean, it's still warm, but it's not scalding. So there's our 6 pieces. I'll take one of them out for me to eat right now. This is probably the second hardest part, is getting the thing out of the pan without making a mess. And the other 5, I will put in plastic containers, but there is my bacon, chicken, spinach, egg casserole.